We now welcome Major General Bradley James, Commanding General, 4th Marine Aircraft Wing, accompanied by Sergeant Major Scott Grade, and Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Marine Corps Reserve, to the podium to tell us about the winning Marine Corps Reserve Unit, Marine Tactical Air Command Squadron.
Well, thank you so much. I get to stand up here. I'm a blessed man because I have 4 different jobs now. So I stood up here about 3 years ago and was able to recognize MTACs, as we call them, the Marine Tactical Air Command Squadron 48. Their colonel level command MACG awards. So we've got multiple squadrons that work in this building up in out of Great Lakes, Illinois, and I think the goodness from the group, these guys have worked together, and so it's no surprise that we have one of the squadrons that's the award recipient out of this. The takeaway, and I got to talk to some of them, and talking to some of the distinguished gentlemen over here before this, was that it's really cool to get to come to the Pentagon, right? Yeah, okay. I escaped it until I was a colonel. And came up, and someone's asking me as I was walking in today, how's it to be back? You know, you have scars and all that. And it's like, actually, no. I mean, it's fantastic, great Americans that are working in here. And so it's absolutely an honor to be back. The hard thing is just getting here and getting out of here, right? When you get to work, you get to it. But all the distinguished gentlemen, thank you so much. And General, I noticed you've polished your shoes. So this is big stuff. And so I was taking... I was taking. I'm headed for Korea pretty soon, so I was listening to what you were saying there. But absolutely an honor to present, and I didn't get to meet. I shook most of the hands over here of my reps here, and I'm very proud. So this is MTACs, as we call it, and so what I wanted. So as I said, there's 13 Marine officers and about 100 enlisted in there, all walks of life, right? As we all in our units. So from our active component that are there on a daily basis, our active reserves, as we call them, that are there on a daily basis, our select Marine Corps reserves that come in and drill, and then we have all our civilians or volunteers. So it truly is a family affair. The unit itself is, they are our senior level. They're the ones when we set up from a wing level, our command and control, our battle lab, if you want to call it that, our TAC as we call it. And so they are the skeleton of that as our LNOs and our reps come in. And so as the gentleman went before me talking about these units that they deploy, I can't say they just deployed. I said they have elements, parts of them. So as I tell Lieutenant Colonel Fennell's boss, Colonel Gondek, I've got command and control. I have things that fly, things that build things, all that within the wing. And I said, you don't hear from me a lot, Scott, because I'm not worried about you. But I read his weekly update, and with my ADD, I get down about a third of the way of what all these units are doing. Okay, they're out there around the world participating in a multitude of exercises, and that's building those enduring relationships that we need when we go someplace to fight jointly, right? And we're even going to take the Coast Guard with us, right? It's post-security. And I've been up to Kodiak a lot, and I'm very impressed. So thanks for you guys for being here also. Okay, so anyway, I was going to introduce them all, but it looks like they will get introduced. And I'm so glad that you're here. Why they are here and why they were recognized from the Marine Corps is that their team approach, and what bubbled out of me is that is family. Okay, and no matter what you wear on a daily basis, if you're there on a daily basis, or you're coming in on some drill weekends, or doing something there in between. But their innovative way, as most of us with our units, you have members that are scattered all throughout the hinterlands that come in and drill, and they've done an outstanding job of keeping those guys coordinated and informed when they do deploy. If it's no matter if it's a 1 week, 2 week exercise, or lighting up for 365 days. So they have found their innovative ways to do that. They have team leads that for their team building, they're using the Marine Corps Community Service to the greatest value and using all the state and natural resources. So they're tied into a magnitude of associations there within the northern Chicago area. And so they're also using their, the Marine Online, Facebook. They're using webinars, workshops, teleconferences, emails, postal services, whatever, to get it out to their family members. So enough of me. Let's bring up who's going to be recognized. But absolutely my honor and privilege to be here to do this. Thank you so much, Marines.
Thank you, sir. Accepting the award today from Marine Tactical Air Command Squadron 48 are Lieutenant Colonel David Fennell, MTACS 48 Commanding Officer, Sergeant Major Norman Wazalowski, MTACS 48 Sergeant Major, Ms. Laura Fennell, MTACS 48 Command Team Advisor and spouse of Lieutenant Colonel Fennell. We also welcome the following key volunteers, unit members, and spouses to stand as I call your name. Master Sergeant Jacob B. Rompf, MTACS 48 Family Readiness Officer, Ms. Hero Rompf, MTACS 48 Family Readiness Volunteer, Gunnery Sergeant Jameson Emling, MTACS 48 Family Readiness Communications and Social Media, Staff Sergeant Nadia Tatagwe, MTACS 48 Family Readiness Communication and Social Media, and Major Brandon Davidson, Site Inspector Instructor.
Don't breathe.
Thank you.